YouTube, we are here with Nono from Mexicali. He's a Mexican artist from Baja California. He's one of the best artists here in Mexicali. We're going to see his work, and if you're interested in one of his paintings, let us know in the description, and we connect you with him, and so you can make the purchase. We're gonna check some of his paintings. He's gonna explain to us what's the meaning of his paintings, right?
Right, yes.
And then, if you're interested, well, send us a comment, and we'll send you his link, and you make the purchase. All right? So let's talk about this one right here.
Well, this lady is a special one. It's one of the every piece has its own story, has its own meaning. They tell me a lot. Especially this one makes me feel fortunate about the things I found. When you're painting, you're founding things. You're taking things away from painting itself. So it's one of my favorites. Her name is I don't know the word in English. Guillotina.
Guillotine.
Guillotine. That's the guillotine of thoughts. When you're overthinking things, when you're by yourself. So that's why I like it. This the color palette and her expression. Very special for me.
All right. What's the next one that you're going to show us?
Well, this one is one of my favorites as well. She was made for my daughter. She's 13, and she's crossing a very special age, very difficult age. Adolescence, I don't know the word in English. Adolescence. So she's still a very candy girl, a very sweet girl, but it has his humor changes, her ups and downs. So I try to express that. I mean, the pink color, her expression, and her.
No, it's a beautiful painting, by the way. It's a beautiful painting.
Thank you.
What else can you tell us about the painting?
Well, I'm working on using visual textures. So I start every paint it begins with a very free movement of paint all over the canvas. Yes.
So you play with the paints, and then you're figuring and.
I let it be. Okay. They start drawing, and if you see this part, this color here, I say, okay, this could work as a shade. So I decide this is the shade, and I cover the rest of the canvas. All the canvas was this way. So I start taking decisions and see what's gonna be in the final art and what is not. Okay.
All right. So what's the next one?
Okay. Well, I was sharing that color white is very difficult for me as an artist. So I try to use white here. So if you see all of the ladies, they are like young, very young. So
Sorry to interrupt you. Let me ask you, why most of the paintings are women?
Well, women is the most represented subject in our history. So I agree with that. Women are very interesting being. So I love women a lot.
All right.
I have my wife. I have 2 daughters. So living with 3 women is crazy.
Okay, so you want to represent what you feel about women in your paintings, and to the people who buy your paintings.
How to represent women without using nude, without using sexuality.
Okay.
I like introspection.
All right, got it.
I like own thinking. I like when you are awake, a sleepless night. How you call that? Insomnia?
Yeah, insomnia.
I like insomnia, introspection. I like being with yourself. I like that kind of intimacy.
What I like about your paintings is that most of the paintings, they seem like strong women. They're struggling with their own concepts of thoughts, and that's what I like about your work. And another thing was that most of the paintings that I noticed, hopefully you can explain it in our next painting, is the cats. I really like the cats. Like for example, earring of the cats, the tic-tac-toe. That's a how you say, the cherry on top of the cake, and beautiful painting. Now what's the next one that you're gonna show us?
Okay, let's take a walk. The one we agree on.
Lo que quieras, tú ves, estamos aquí. ¿Me quieres esta? ¿La quieres?
Okay. This is a special one also. This is acrylic. I was using oil a lot. Then I have to change to acrylic because of something that happens, and it's very interesting to start using acrylics again after using oil for more than a year.
Okay.
They're very different materials. For me, oil is like chess.
Okay.
It's a conversation, very slow conversation. They make you change a lot. If you want, you can change a lot because oil can take you forever to end a piece. And acrylic is different. For me, acrylic is faster. It's like chess. It's like checkers.
Okay.
You have to be very fast and you have to know what you're going to do because you can change that. Yes. Okay. So I like visual textures again.
What can you tell us about this painting? What's in your mind? What is this girl thinking?
For me, it's a girl learning to be with herself. When was the last time you have insomnia and don't relate on Facebook or Netflix or something with internet? Insomnia in the old times, you have to deal with yourself. Maybe a cup of tea.
Maybe drink and reflect on your thoughts.
Confront your thoughts. Confront yourself.
Kind of like a philosophical kind of thing, right?
But it's like that. In the old days, we have a media 24/7. They have a schedule. Everything has a schedule. But now that we have media 24/7, we don't rely on ourselves that much because we have so many distractions.
All right.
It's like that for me. Okay. Well, this one, I like that her name is Hello. I use a golden color, gold here. I never use gold.
So this is the first time you use gold?
The first time and the first ever I use gold.
The last one.
The thing is, gold is difficult too. But I like to use it as a bit of light here. And a lot of visual textures, but the cat is tired.
Yeah, the cat is tired. So something that I noticed as well is that the girls are staring at something. Are they staring at you or they're staring at what?
I like the girls to be staring at the viewers in order to they can connect because they can eyes can express the way the viewer is feeling is what he's going to get.
Okay,
so it's very open.
So it's open. So either they're watching you or they're watching the viewer, the one they're watching the art. All right, I like that. Okay. What else can you show them?
Okay, let's try this one. This is a special one also. I like the last one. It has a Hello Kitty, but this Hello Kitty is throwing a finger because I want to play with the rudeness and the woman, the rudeness, the liberty. That's why his mouth is covered.
It's a cover because let's put it in a way that she's not being allowed to say something, or that she said something so rude that she needs to be covered.
Both things.
Both things in the same dilemma. All right.
Yes. So I like the color palette, I like the textures in her face, her neck, the skin, the texture that has on the background. So I like the color palette a lot.
How long does it take you to make one?
Well, that's a very interesting question. When I first started painting big format or large format, they took me for about between 6 and 8 weeks to finish a piece. So I started painting 2 pieces at a time, and it wasn't enough. Then I ended up painting 3 pieces at a time. So it's a very interesting way of paint.
But overall, like week, 2 weeks, a month, or it depends.
In a month, I can finish now 3 paints.
3 paints? All right.
In a month, yes, because I'm making it at the same time.
Okay, so now we're gonna talk about one of my favorite paintings here at the gallery. And Nono, please Let us know.
Well, like we were saying, every piece teaches you something.
Okay.
This one is very special because of that. The things that I change here is that I use a different imprimatura. I use cadmium red, and that makes the colors very vibrant. So it's very interesting because it's a different challenge. Because they change a lot because of the red background. So it was tricky, it was fun, and
but I noticed that this is the only one. There's like this in the entire gallery. So this is the first one you did?
No, this is the last one.
The last one.
I ended up.
No. But what I meant was, this is the first one with these colors that you did.
The first and the only one.
And the only one. Oh,
yes.
okay. Now I got it. Yeah. So not anymore. You know.
No, this is the last one I ever painted by now.
Yes. All right. Got it. And I see the cat. And I see. What else can you tell us?
Well, the cat is always a little bit for me. So I try to include the cat in different situations. In this case, for me, it's like the smoke of her cigarette. I like her hair, the way it shows, and the way I always convey the eyebrow with the nose and her mouth. I like her eyes.
They have a cigarette. Not only the cat, but they have a cigarette. What's the meaning of that?
Well, when people smoke, especially women, when they smoke, I notice that it's a special thing to get a smoke. They smoke different than men. I think they smoke to be more in contact with her feelings, with the things they are.
So I think the way you're saying that when men smoke, it's more about power, and when women smoke, it's more about how they feel at that moment. And well, that's kind of like I get it, like expressing themselves in a way that it's not about power. As men, when they smoke, it's more about power, and that's the way I see it. So what's your take on that?
I imagine a women smoking when they are alone with themselves and smoking in a kind of being in touch with her feelings, a kind of meditation.
Okay, got it.
A time for herself. So I like that.
Well, let me put it this way. I think that what you're trying to say is that you go as it comes.
Yes, I sketch. I always use a drawing. So I sketch her first. All the pieces have their own sketch. But the way I paint them is very free. The colors will take you.
Alright.
So it's like that.
Let's talk about that one. I like that one with the cat, with the Asian cat.
Well, this one is a remake of a paint I made like maybe 3 years ago. It's called El Fruto del Cerezo. I don't know the English translation.
Cherry blossom fruit or something like that.
Something like that. Yes, maybe at a cafe or in her kitchen maybe. So I like the combination coffee with cigarette. It's a very special combination to be with yourself. And I like the Lucky Cat. I don't remember the name. They have a name.
Yeah, they have a name.
I saw those in Chinese restaurants. So I like it. So it's like her chances. I don't know. So I like the color palette. So
what I'm saying that when I say that he's one of the best, I truly mean that he's one of the best here in Mexicali.
Thank you.
His work is beautiful. It has meaning. You have the time to stop by. What's the name of the institution here? I know it has a name.
Instituto de Cultura de Baja California. Instituto de Cultura de Baja California. This space here, the gallery, is Gallery of the City, Galería de la Ciudad, is the first public space for art. So it's a very special place in Mexicali.
So you can Google it and stop by until when the work is going to be available.
Oh, only 5 more days.
5 more days. So you have 5 more days to stop by. However, once we finish the video, if you're interested in one of the paintings, let us know in the comments, and I'm going to put a link on his website so you can purchase his paintings. All the paintings, as you can see, are huge and they're beautiful. And well, you told me you were a graphic designer and you have this urge to paint, and you tell me a little bit more about it. But I know that there's a little bit more about that. What's that?
It has to be with the way the industry changes. It has been changing a lot, the graphic design industry. When I studied this profession, there wasn't computers. There wasn't the
It was all paper cuts and all.
all by hand.
All by
All
hand.
by hand. So graphic design is an appendix of visual arts. Now the computers are here, it changed a lot. I don't disagree with that, but it's not the same thing. In the good old days, you have to take your time to make an image, to produce an image. Not anymore. Everything is fast, everything is on the internet, everything is disposable. I don't like that. So in a way, being able to paint is being in touch with my younger self when I decided to study graphic design.
And something that I noticed as well is that most of the paintings, there's a lot, okay, on Instagram and online, there's a lot of painters, a lot of people that make great work, but the paintings are different. And that's what I like.
Thanks.
It's not like copies and copies and copies and copies of something else. There's something different, and it's like I was telling you before, it's how the girls stare at you, the cats, the cigarette, the coffee mug, and I think that's really meaningful. So can you please tell us more about that, and especially about this painting?
Thanks for your comment. I really appreciate that. But to tell the truth, nothing comes from nowhere. Everything is connected. As a graphic designer, we are taught to be aware of everything. In the good old days, like I say a minute ago, when you have a graphic design book or something you like, they were like treasures. So you have these books and you read them once again and again and be aware of the images. Now that we have digital media, the images are different. The way we consume images, the way we value them is different. So you have to be aware of the things you like and take from all the places you like. So most of the time when we call something we think is original, it is original, but it comes from very different places. You're connecting the dots. Well, one of my favorite artists is Didier Lurenko. He's from Barcelona. The other one is Martín Ceballos. He's a Fauvism. Didier Lurenko is contemporary artist. But I remember a friend of mine when we were talking about art, he says, I have a lot of influence from Modigliani. And I start thinking really hard about that. And the artist I just mentioned they both have influence from Modigliani. So everything is connected. So an artist from the early 19s, they influence the guys are alive now, and it goes like that. There's a famous quote from Picasso. Great artists copy. But the very best artists, they're still. So you have to steal in a very, how do you say, descarado?
Okay.
Shameless.
Yeah,
You
shameless.
have to
Yeah,
steal very
shameless.
shameless. I make
But I think in that matter is that it's shameless, but with your own drop of charisma on the painting.
Yes.
Meaning that, and that's why you copy shamelessly, but the own charisma that you add to what you stole makes it unique.
No, I'm not copying.
No,
I'm
no, no,
stealing.
no.
I'm stealing.
Yeah,
That's a bit different. No, I just want to make that clear.
Yeah.
I'm stealing. Okay?
Alright.
I'm actually still a cat from Picasso. Later I will send you that on your Facebook.
Alright.
So I make it mine.
So, thank you so much, Nono, for the time you give us to us. Please let us know about your Instagram, your Facebook, or your website.
You can find me at nono.lat. And I'm the same way on Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, and Twitter. Nono.lat as Latin America.
Okay. And Nono is N-O-N-O.
Yes.
Okay, just in case you guys didn't know, it's N-O-N-O. And you can find her on Instagram, like you said, on Facebook. And I think you have a website, right?
Yes.
So I'm gonna put his website on the description. And like I said, if you like some of his works, just add it up, and buy it. And he'll ship worldwide or?
Yes, of course. Yes.
Worldwide, so he's international man.
Nacho, thank you so much.
No, thank you so much, my friend. Okay, guys, and we forgot something. Nono has a YouTube channel that you can look. What's the name of the channel?
Nono, that lab.
Okay.
Also on my web, sorry, I have a blog, a text blog.
A blog?
A blog?
Yeah.
A writer blog.
Okay.
And a video blog on the channel.
But don't worry, I'm going to put that all that in the description at the bottom so you can look it up.
Thank you.
Thank you. You just forgot about that part.